Hey guys, it's Carrie, the Invisible Goddess. I have decided that I'm gonna try to do Vlogmas this year. We have a kitty cat just joined us. So today's actually Black Friday. It is November 27th, but I have figured out that I'm not that great with timely editing, and it takes a long time to post. So, you know, to render and do, I don't know what the actual terms are, but it takes a long time to actually do this. So I'm getting started early. And I apologize, kitty cat again. I apologize if I sound funny. I have my bottom retainer in because I have a dentist appointment on Tuesday and I haven't been wearing my retainer and I don't want to get yelled at. My teeth are definitely shifting. Okay, so what's on the agenda for today? Today, probably bring that down a little bit. Today I am trying to finish up some Christmas gifts for 2 people, and then get a head start on to maybe 3 more people. And that means I'm going to try to mess with my Cricut, which apparently I only do at Christmas time because that's the last time I actually used it. And that was the first time I used it was last Christmas. I made some shirts for my nieces, which I will insert here. This year I am going to try to make candy containers, but they're medicine. So my sister and brother-in-law are type 2 diabetics, and sometimes their sugar goes low. Most of the time it's controlled, but sometimes it goes low. And my sister's favorite way to bring the sugar back up, really do need to work on my angles, is with Skittles. But, you know, if you carry a bag of Skittles around in your purse and you don't need it every day, probably going to get messed up. So what I thought I would do is take a Tic Tac container, one of the large Tic Tac containers. It's about 2 by 3.5 or so. I figured I'd take all the stuff off and put some vinyl on it that says my sister's name, which I guess I'm going to have to tell you guys if I'm showing you the project. So it's going to say Jessica's Medicine and Adam's Medicine, and I will flip you around. I've already done the design in Design Space, and yeah, I'm just going to show it to you, and then hopefully we'll figure out how to actually print it. I had to I asked for some vinyl from my friend because all I have is heat transfer vinyl, which you will have seen in the image that I just showed you. Okay, so I don't know how to flip the camera around. Nope, don't know how to flip the camera around, so I'm going to stop it and then I'm going to show you my Design Space. All right. So it took me a little bit to be able to move these around, and they still don't want to move around very well. So we're just going to move the vinyl itself to where I'm not wasting much of it. Yeah, so that's what the design's going to look like, and the next clip should be me probably cursing at the machine trying to get it to work. Emily was very kind to give me, I asked for a scrap, but I think she just cut some off of her roll for me, but she gave me some vinyl. Can't see. You can see there's a little bit of a bend in it. So when I got it, I had stuck it underneath, apparently the serger that I have not taken out of the box yet, and I just spent the last hour cleaning up my craft room looking for it. And I kept looking under my Cricut mats, which it wasn't there, because that would make too much sense that I would stick them there, but it really wouldn't be heavy enough to flatten it out. Anyway, yeah, I found the vinyl now, so I can go ahead and get it cut. So I'm up in the craft room now. I have the computer set up and I am messing with the Cricut mat. I'm sorry guys. I have a cracked screen right up in this corner. Most of the time it's fine, but when it catches the light, there we go. When it catches the light, it's a bit difficult to see. But I have about another year before I want to buy another phone because this was expensive. I am filming on a Galaxy S9. I think it was like $700 or so, almost 2 years ago. So I keep my machines, my stable, along the edge. There's the Cricut. It's an Explorer Air 2. Got a kitty cat in the rocking chair. Oh, and she's going to help. Anyway, I keep the Cricut over in the corner. It does not get used much. I'm actually considering moving it over there because my dad has one of my machines cleaning it. And here she comes. Make a liar out of me. Anyway, I'm going to need to put the machine somewhere, and that's a usable one. This brother, it desperately needs to be cleaned. I've had it for 10 years and I've never cleaned it. Might even have had it for longer than that. The one before it, which I also had for 10 years, I just, drove it into the ground. That is not design space. That's design space. And I have my mat with plastic on it, so I gotta take that off, put the vinyl on, which I can't do with a single hand, so I have to do that with both. Okay, I have my vinyl applied. You can see I started at about the 1-inch line because that's about where I have it on the screen. And here goes nothing. To move the sewing machine out of the way. Oh. Shows you how much I actually use this. I have to click make it first, pretty sure. Alright guys, that's what it did. It flipped the shit. I don't understand why this shit happens. There you go. It flipped it. This is why I don't use this machine. It's irritating. So, because nothing is overlapping, I'm going to go with it and I'm just going to reposition the vinyl. Alright, so I have the vinyl repositioned. My finger in the way. Vinyl is repositioned. Take it over to the machine again. Remember that I have to click this button. It's set to vinyl. The tools are already in. It's telling me to load. fuck's sake. Okay. It's not cutting right. So we're going to cancel it. Okay, I tried loading it again. I think it's loaded right. It pulled it in. I'm going to hit the button again and let's hope. Let's hope it did it right. Button is telling me to hit it. Looks like it cut it correctly. Doesn't look mirrored. Wonder where that M is. Oh, is there? Okay. You can see it much better when you do that. Seems awfully big. Maybe that's a optical illusion. Let's see. That's the Tic Tac container. Oh, I think it just might fit. Let me see if I can get the light better. There you go. So Adam's medicine. Oh, I think that's going to be perfect. Okay, feeling much better about this. I don't have any transfer paper. I don't actually have any transfer paper, so oh, you can't see me well. There we go. Now I'm blinded. Oh, and you can see my light in my glasses. We'll figure this vlogging out. I don't have any transfer paper, so I did a little bit of research when I was researching how to use the machine itself. And apparently you can use Glad Press and Seal, which I do have in the house. So we're going to give this a try. Press and Seal is a little floppy, but I think if I put a piece of regular packing tape on the back, it might do better. I don't know. I might be screwing it up. Okay, we'll give it a try. So we're getting there. I'm back in my chair. I have used my favorite snips to cut out the vinyl, which is right there. I haven't cut it in half yet because I need to put it on to the press and seal. There's a sticky side and a non-sticky side, so you put the cut side against the sticky side and then you smush it down. Then you peel the backing off. Oh, no, I'm totally going to do that wrong. I need to weed this before I put it on that. So let me go do that. Okay, I finally got it together with how to do this. So I have weeded. And I bought a set of dental tools. And I can't find them, which I don't think I could find them the last time I used the machine. And, you know, as soon as I was done, then I found them. So I also have an abundance of seam rippers, so that's what I use. You can see all the little, there we go, all the little cutouts I kind of put on the box. So next step is to cut or press and seal. The side that's facing me is the sticky side, and the back side is not sticky. So we want to put the sticky side on this side. So I have it somewhat stuck there. I'm going to, again, take my favorite snips, cut around it, and then we take a credit card, which I won't show on camera, to kind of smush it down. And then we peel off this part and apply it to our container. But before we do that, we have to clean the container with some alcohol wipes. I knew vinyl wasn't really easy to do to begin with, like not the easiest craft in the world, but I definitely have much more of an appreciation for people that actually like do and sell this, because this, getting it onto this paper took quite a bit of time. And this is just the first one. I decided to go with Adam's first because I don't actually know if he uses candy as medicine. I mean, anything's going to bring your sugar up with carbs in it, but like I know my sister does, so I really want to make sure that hers is good. And I already made something else for Adam, so gonna try and transfer it to here now. So with Adam's, I have it right up against, this is where the plastic ends, is right where that M is. I did try to lift it up. I hadn't pressed it down at that point. I did try to lift it up, but when I did, everything but this E came up. The E wanted to stay, and I didn't feel like messing with it, so this is going to have to be good enough. I'm going to use the credit card to smush everything down. You can kind of see that my little dots on top of my eyes are a little bit crooked because when I was taking the backing off, they wanted to come up too. But we're going with the best we can do with what we have. So let me smush it down and see how it turns out. All right, so I smushed it down pretty good and already started peeling up, so hopefully all the letters stick. You seem to be doing okay. Poop. My eye came up. I have to smush that one back down. Hold on. Alright guys, I figured it out. When it came up the first time, not what I just showed, but when it came up when I was putting it onto the transfer tape, I flipped it around so the sticky was actually towards the tape instead of down. So I've smushed it down directly on there. Hopefully everything else turns out fine. The apostrophe I made sure to smush down while I was trying to fix the dot in the eye. Okay, good. All right. My first non-HTV vinyl project. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. I think that's pretty cool. We will try to get my sister's over to the edge just a tiny bit more, because when this top comes on and off, I'm afraid that M might come up. You can see right there, it's slightly above it, but overall, not too bad. Okay, my sister's was much easier overall. The dots and the apostrophe stayed. I did have it just slightly, I had the edge of the E just slightly up on the top, but it wasn't super stuck, probably because of the ridge. So I pulled it up, I left the backing on it, kind of cut it out, pulled everything else off, and I'm just going to mush that down there, and it's just going to be a little tight on there, but I think it's going to be fine. So I think it turned out great. Super happy with it. It is a little tight there, but I don't think she's going to care. I think she's going to think it's cool. I figured out I probably put Adams on, not backwards, but backwards, if you can tell, because this is the way his is done. But I figure my sister's right-handed, and that's how I'd be opening it, and I'd want to see, you know, my medicine. But for Adams, well, I guess his is right too. Just facing the other direction. Pretty cool. And they had to be on this side because, I don't know if you can, yep, there you can kind of tell there's an actual expiration date printed in to the plastic. I did get them last year. If you actually caught the expiration date, I'm taking this candy out and putting Skittles in. I managed to not completely screw up these presents, so I'm pretty happy with them. I put the Skittles inside, and they're ready to go. Did my weeding downstairs, and I came up to put the vinyl back, and look who's taking a nap. Miss Missy being all good.